Hello, welcome back to the Padded Room. I'm Wayne, and this is Talking Tech with Wayne, the show dedicated to discussing smartphones, smart homes, and all those things in between. This show is a promise of information freely given to all that seek it, and that is a pact between me and all of you. Log on to our website and click the Join the Discussion button to join the discussion. While you're there, check out my past shows or click the Schedule a Call button if you're interested in exploring how to bring a talking tech discussion group to your local church or community center. The website address is above my head along with the number to our helpline where trained technicians are ready to answer your questions 24/7, and best of all, it's 100% free. Today, let's take a look at the internet and all that it brings to life. There's almost no limit to what you can do online. The internet makes it possible to quickly find information, communicate with people around the world, manage your finances, shop from home, listen to music, watch videos, and much, much more. Let's take a look at some of the ways the internet is most commonly used today. With billions of websites online today, there's a lot of information on the internet. Search engines make this information easier to find. All you have to do is type one or more keywords and the search engine will look for relevant websites. For example, let's say you're looking for a new pair of shoes. You can use a search engine to learn about different types of shoes, get directions to nearby shoe stores, or even find out where to buy them online. There are many different search engines you can use, and some of the most popular ones include Google, DuckDuckGo, and Bing. There will be more about them later in the show. Email, short for electronic mail, is a way to send and receive messages across the internet. Almost everyone who uses the internet has their own email account, usually called an email address. This is because you need an email address to do just about anything online, from online banking to creating a Facebook account. Speaking of Facebook, social networking websites are another way to connect and share with your family and friends online. Rather than sharing with just a few people over email, social networking makes it easier to connect and share with many people at the same time. Facebook is the world's largest social networking site with more than 2.6 billion users worldwide. Chat and instant messaging are short messages sent and read in real time, allowing you to converse more quickly and easily than email. They are generally used when both or all participants are online, so your messages can be read immediately. By comparison, emails won't be seen until recipients check their inboxes. Examples of instant messaging applications include Yahoo Messenger and Google Hangouts. Some providers like Gmail and Facebook even allow you to chat within your web browser. Text messages like chat happens in real time and every phone carrier offers it. Streaming media is watching TV or movies or listening to music online. There are many streaming sites that allow access to media on a variety of devices. For example, you can watch millions of videos on YouTube or listen to internet radio on Pandora. Other services like Netflix and Hulu allow you to watch movies and TV shows. If you have a set-top streaming box, you can even watch them directly on your television instead of a computer screen. You can also use the internet to complete many everyday tasks and errands. For example, you can manage your bank account, pay your bills, and shop for just about anything. The main advantage there is convenience. Rather than going from place to place, you can do all of these tasks from home. So, let's start at the beginning. How do you connect to the internet? Well, once you've unboxed and set up your device, you will want to purchase internet access so you can send and receive email, browse the web, stream videos, and all of those other things. You may even want to set up a home wireless network commonly known as Wi-Fi, so you can connect multiple devices to the internet at the same time. The type of internet service you choose will largely depend on which internet service provider serves your area, along with what types of service they offer. What follows are some common types of internet service. Dial-up is the oldest and the slowest type of internet connection. You should avoid it unless it is the only service available in your area. Dial-up internet uses your phone line, so unless you have multiple phone lines, you will not be able to use your landline and the internet at the same time. DSL service uses a broadband connection which makes it faster than dial-up. DSL connects to the internet via a phone line but does require you to have a landline at home, and unlike dial-up, you will be able to use the internet and your phone line at the same time. Cable service connects to the internet via cable lines called coaxial. Although you do not necessarily need to have cable TV in order to get it. It uses a broadband connection and can be faster than both dial-up and DSL service. However, it is only available where cable service is available. Satellite is a connection that uses a broadband but does not require cable or phone lines. It connects to the internet through satellites orbiting the Earth. As a result, it can be used almost anywhere in the world, but the connection may be affected by weather patterns and is priced at the higher end of the spectrum. Satellite connections are also usually slower than DSL or cable. Although there's another satellite service that is being rolled out at the time of writing for the show that boasts of faster services and lower costs. Check our site for an update on SpaceX's Starlink. Fios service connects to the internet via fiber optic cable. It is the fastest service, however, it is only available where fiber optic cables have been run. Wireless 3G, 4G, and 5G. These services are most commonly used with mobile phones, and it connects wirelessly through your phone carrier's network. However, these types of connections aren't always as fast as cable or Fios. They may also limit the amount of data that you can use each month, which isn't the case for most of the other options. As a side note, the G stands for generation, and 5G, which is the newest version and is still in the process of being rolled out, is the fastest of the wireless generations. There are reports on its speed rivaling cable, but that remains to be seen. Now that you know about the different types of internet service, you can do some research to find out which ISPs are available in your area. If you're having trouble getting started, we recommend talking to friends, family, and neighbors about the ISPs they use. This will usually give you a good idea of the types of internet service available in your area. Most ISPs offer several tiers of service with different internet speeds, usually measured in megabits per second or gigabits per second. If you mainly want to use internet for email and social networking, a slower connection, around 2 to 5 megabits per second, may be all you need. However, If you want to download music or stream videos, you'll want a faster connection of at least 5 megabits or higher. You also want to consider the cost of the service, including installation charges and monthly fees. Generally speaking, the faster the connection, the more expensive it will be per month. Although dial-up has traditionally been the least expensive option, many ISPs have raised dial-up prices to be the same as broadband. This is intended to encourage people to switch to broadband. We do not recommend dial-up access unless it's your only option. Once you have your device, you really don't need much additional hardware to connect to the internet. The primary piece of hardware you'll need is a modem. The ISP you choose will determine the type of modem you need. Dial-up access uses a telephone modem. DSL services use a DSL modem. Cable and Fios access uses specialized modems. And satellite uses a satellite adapter along with a dish. Your ISP may give you your equipment, often for a fee, when you sign a contract, which helps ensure that you have the right type. However, if you would prefer to shop for a better or less expensive one, you can choose to buy one separately. A router is a hardware device that allows you to connect several computers and other devices to a single internet connection, which is known as a home network. Many routers are wireless, which allows you to create a home wireless network, commonly known as a Wi-Fi network. You don't necessarily need to buy a router to connect to the internet. It is possible to connect your computer directly to the modem using an Ethernet cable. Also, many modems include a built-in router, so you'll have the option of creating a Wi-Fi network without buying extra hardware. Now, for setting up your internet connection. Once you've chosen an ISP, most providers will send a technician to your home to install your equipment and turn on the service. But they may also offer a self-install option, which is usually quicker than waiting for a tech to be scheduled. This self-install kit includes easy-to-follow instructions provided by your ISP, along with a number to call in case of problems. After you have everything set up, you can open your web browser and begin using the internet. If you have multiple devices at home and want to use all of them to access the internet, you may want to create a home wireless network known as iFi. In a home network, all of your devices connect to your router, which is connected to the modem. This means everyone in the family can use the internet at the same time. Your ISP technician may be able to set up your home Wi-Fi network when installing your internet service. If not, you can call our helpline for next steps. If you want to connect a computer that does not have built-in Wi-Fi connectivity, you can purchase a Wi-Fi adapter that plugs into your computer's USB port. Now, what is the cloud? You may have heard using terms like cloud, cloud computing, or cloud storage. But what exactly is the cloud? Simply put, the cloud is the internet. More specifically, it is all the things that you can access remotely over the internet. When something is in the cloud, it means it's stored on internet services instead of your device. Why should you use the cloud? Some of the main reasons to use the cloud are convenience and reliability. For example, if you ever used a web-based email service such as Gmail or Yahoo Mail, you've already used the cloud. Most of the emails in a web-based services are stored on servers instead of your device. This means that you can access your email from any device with an internet connection. It also means you'll be able to recover your emails if something happens to your device. Let's look at some of the most common reasons to use the cloud. File storage. You can store all kinds of information in the cloud, including files, pictures, and email. This means you can access these things from any device just with an internet connection. Dropbox and Google Drive are some of the most popular cloud-based storage services. File sharing. The cloud makes it easier to share files with several people at the same time. For example, you can upload several photos to a cloud-based photo service like Flickr or iCloud Photos, then quickly share them with friends and family. Backing up data. With so many people putting so much important data on their devices, they are learning a lesson that businesses learned decades ago. If you can't afford to lose it, you need to back it up. When you consider the number of one-of-a-kind items you have on your device, such as that picture of that loved one you can't bear to lose, well, you can also use the cloud to protect that. There are apps such as Carbonite that automatically back up your data to the cloud. This way, if your device is ever lost, stolen, or damaged, you're still able to recover these files from the cloud. What is a web app? In an earlier show, we talked about how desktop applications allow you to perform tasks on your computer. There are also web applications or web apps which run in the cloud and do not need to be installed on your local device. Many of the most popular sites on the internet are actually web apps. You may have even used a web app without realizing it. Let's take a look at some of the most popular web apps. Facebook lets you create an online profile and interact with your friends and family. Profiles and conversations can be updated at any time. So Facebook uses a web app technology to keep the information up to date. Pixar is an image editing application which runs in your web browser. Working like Adobe Photoshop, it includes many advanced features like color correction and sharpening tools. Google Docs is a free Office suite that runs in your browser. Much like Microsoft Office, you can use it to create documents, spreadsheets, presentations, and more. And because the files are stored in the cloud, it's easy to share them with others. And as earlier we were speaking about browsers, let's explore them. A web browser is a type of software that allows you to find and view websites on the internet. There are many types of web browsers, but some of the most common ones include Google Chrome, Safari, Microsoft Edge, and Mozilla Firefox. No matter which web browser you use, they will all allow you to navigate to websites. Speaking of website, each website has a unique address called the URL, short for Uniform Resource Locator. It's like a street address that tells your browser where to go on the internet. When you type a URL into the browser's address bar and press enter on your keyboard, the browser will load the page associated with that URL. For example, if you typed www.amazon.com into the web address bar, you would end up at that shopping site. Bookmarks in history. If you find a website you want to view later, it can be hard to memorize the exact web address. Bookmarks, also known as favorites, are a great way to save and organize specific websites so you can revisit them again and again. Simply locate and select the star icon to bookmark the current website. Your browser will also keep a history of every site you ever visited. This is a good way to find a site you've visited previously. To view your history, open your browser settings, usually by clicking on the icon in the upper right-hand corner and select History. Links. Links are shortcuts as well. Whenever you see the word or phrase on a website that's blue or underlined in blue, it's probably a hyperlink or link for short. You might already know how links work, even if you've never thought about them much before. Links are used to navigate the web. When you click a link, it will usually take you to a different website. You may also notice that your cursor changes into a pointing finger icon whenever you hover over a link. If you see this happen, it means you found a link. You'll find other types of links this way too. For example, many websites actually use images as links, so you can just click the image to navigate to another page. Navigation buttons. The back and forward buttons allow you to move through websites you've recently viewed. You can also click and hold either button to see your recent history. The refresh button will reload the current page. If a website stops working, try using the refresh button. Tab browsing. Most browsers will allow you to open links in a new tab. You can open as many links as you want, and they'll stay in the same browser window instead of cluttering your screen with multiple windows. To open a link in a new tab, right-click the link and select Open Link in New Tab. The exact wording may vary from browser to browser, but the concept is still the same. To close a tab, click the X. To create a new blank tab, click the button to the right of any open tabs. Downloading files. Links don't always go to other websites. In some cases, they point to a file that can be downloaded or saved to your device. If you click a link to a file, it may download automatically, but sometimes it just opens up within your browser instead of downloading. To prevent it from opening in the browser, you can right-click the link and select Save Link, as different browsers may use slightly different wording, like Save Target As. Sometimes you may want to save an image from a website to your computer. To do this, right-click the image and select Save Image As or Save Picture As. Downloading means receiving data or a file from the internet on your computer. Uploading means sending data or a file from your computer to somewhere on the internet. These terms describe activities you may have already known how to do. If you've ever opened a picture sent to you, then you've downloaded. If you've ever shared a photo you took on Facebook or another social media site, then you've uploaded. Usually when you've downloaded a file, you will start the download by clicking a link to that file. If you click the link, your browser should prompt you to select one of two methods for downloading the file. Open With will download the file and load it immediately in the specified program. Save File will download it and save it to your hard drive. Either way, once you click OK, the download begins. Your browser will indicate the process and time remaining to the download. Once the download is complete, either the file will be saved to your computer or will open up in the program you selected. Some sites support a drag and drop interface. For example, when logged into Dropbox, you can drag the files from the folder on your computer and drop them into the browser window. Many other upload utilities have similar features. With billions of websites online today, there's a lot of information on the internet. Search engines make this information easier to find. Let's look at the basics of using a search engine as well as some techniques you can use to get better search results. There are many different search engines you can use, but some of the most popular include Google, Yahoo, and Bing. To perform a search, you'll need to navigate to a search engine in your web browser. Type one or more keywords, also known as search terms, then press Enter on your keyboard. In this example, we'll search for recipes. After you've run a search, you'll see a list of relevant websites that match your search terms. These are commonly known as search results. If you see a site that looks interesting, you can click a link to open it. If the site doesn't have what you need, you can simply return to the results page and look for more options. Most browsers will allow you to perform a web search directly from your address bar, although some will have a separate search bar next to the address bar. Simply type your search term and press Enter to run the search. Search suggestions: if you don't find what you're looking for on the first try, don't worry. Search engines are good at finding things online, but they're not perfect. Often you need to try different search terms to find what you're looking for. If you're having trouble thinking of new search terms, you can use search suggestions instead. These will usually appear as you're typing, and they're a great way for finding new keywords you may not have tried otherwise. To use a search suggestion, you can click on it with your mouse or select it with the arrow keys on your keyboard. One final thing to note: most search engines include advertisements within search results. For example, you can see advertisements at the top of this search result. These ads are based on your search terms, and they often look similar to other search results. While they may be useful in some cases, it's usually more helpful to focus on the actual organic search results. Well, I see that's all the time I have for today. It has been my pleasure to be here today, and I look forward to the next time we can do it again. I wish you all a farewell.